stays a little more secure in your outside rein and a little more flexible in your inside rein. So the biggest ticket item is the motor. You have to be in charge of the motor, his ass end. And so he needs to go forward from your leg, from your whip, from your voice, whatever else is happening, that's a non-negotiable. He has to go forward. And so I think let's go ahead. He's been walking along enough. Let's trot him on a big circle. And we can just keep him on that big circle. You're going to ask him to stay slightly flexed to the left. So your legs, your whip, your voice tell him to go. And then your left rein, your inside rein, you think of it as kind of leading him a little bit around that circle as if it were like the lunge line. So you can have your left rein next to his neck, or you can open your left rein up. The right rein stays exactly where it is, right next to his neck.
I'm going to drop the crop if we're going to start trotting.
Okay.
This was just to get an active walk.
Yeah. You can drop it. I'll grab it. Hey. He's like, are we done? Yeah, he's a dream.
Is it wine time yet?
Is it wine time yet? Are we done?
So the table's clean. The table's clean.
Yeah.
That's my job.
So pick your favorite direction to start. Left or right, doesn't matter. But he needs to be slightly flexed to the inside so that we have his attention, so that we have a little bit of leverage if he wants to be silly. And then tell him to, when you're ready, that he's going to trot on. And you're just going to ask him in this trot, because trot is nice. You can keep your hands really still and stable. So you're going to ask him in this trot to get a rhythm that is a good tick-tock, 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 just like a clock. You're going to ask him to keep that same rhythm. If he looks outside or slows down, you're going to put some leg on, give him a cluck. Yeah, and the little spaz attack right there, that's good. Flex him a little to the inside and say, yep, love it. Love that tempo. Let's keep it. So your outside rein stays pretty still, and it can stay pretty tight. And your inside rein keeps telling him, chew the bit, chew the bit, chew the bit, chew the bit, and pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Okay, so we're just going to stay on this circle. But what I want you to do is make, when you can, one small circle and then go back on your bigger circle. Because you need a little, because his tail's a little bit to the side and he's looking out a little bit. We need one little small circle just to make sure you got some steering, right? So, and it can be pretty small, and you can tell him, hey, bend right, dude. That's right. Bend right, dude. You have to pay attention to me. Now he can go back on his big circle again. Oh, and you have to keep going. Tick tock, tick tock. Tell him yet all kinds of rules here. Okay, so you're flexing ever so slightly right. If he doesn't pay attention, you take that right spur and you give him a little touch with that right spur and tell him, yep, we're actually bending. That's what we're doing. We're bending. There we go. Good. And then your inside fingers are going to be kind of busy on that inside rein. They're going to be asking him to chew on this bit. So here is where we teach him to be more safe out there. You have to chew the bit. You have to accept the contact with a chewing mouth, with my ability to flex you a little to the inside. And you have to go there and stay there. So again, your fingers are going to supple and tell him, chew the bit. And another small circle right. And then tell him, still, chew the bit. You have to make one small circle. And you decide where, when, how, and what size. And then you just tell him that's where we're going. And you can be as cowgirl and crude with your aids as you want to be. Because it's more important that he just goes where he's supposed to go. And then back on his big circle again. Inside leg says, hey, you're supposed to stay out into my outside rein here. So that whole inside leg to the outside rein idea. Every now and again, your inside leg pushes as you rise and pushes him out to that bit. Very good reaction right there. And then when you can, make a change of rein. So when you make your change of rein, you're going to give him an extra little push with your legs. Immediately flex him left. Say, oh, nothing to look at out there. Especially don't want him looking at Corey. Supple him a little in the inside rein. And a push. Tell him, hey, tick-tock, 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 just like a clock. So the tempo, that's the first thing that he has to learn. He has to stay steady in that steady tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock rhythm. Yep, all the time. And then your inside fingers of your left hand, they're asking him to chew that bit. They're asking him to accept the contact. So right now he's trying to push his lower jaw against your contact and be more in charge than he's supposed to be. Okay, so you're just, and right now I like what he just did there. He dipped his head once. So he gave to the pressure, and then he did a little blah, blah, blah with his mouth for just a second. And now he's like, no, it's much better just to push against you. Because that's a horse thing. They always push against you. So you tell him again, chew the bit. Supple him a little bit and make one small circle to the left. Good job right there. And your inside leg gives him a little shove and says, oh, you're supposed to be bending all the way around my leg, from the pressure from my rein, and you come into a nice pressure, like you're walking a sheltie, into my outside rein. Give him a squeeze and a push. Say, why are you looking outside? We're in here. We're in the arena. Flex him a little to the inside. Tell him, tick-tock, tick-tock. A little bit slow for my taste. Tell him, come on. You're not 80. You're 5 or whatever, right? So he has to give you a little bit more oomph. That's it. And then flex him a little left and make another small circle. That's a boy. Much nicer. Keep that same tick-tock, tick-tock rhythm. And if he puts his head up or he starts drifting out, you put the pedal down. You add a little gas. That's it. And then make this a little bigger area now that you've got it paying just a little bit of attention. Go in a larger area, but keep the same rhythm as you go across the ring that you have when you go down the long side. So push. So as you went across the ring, you got like a little old lady, right? Or a little old man pushing his golf cart that's too heavy. So you tell him, hey, step it up a little bit. Like a rapper boy. Get going, get going, get going. Yeah. Hip hop across the arena. Good job. And then nice and straight. So the tail is better, but it's still a little swishy. So it tells me he still needs to work a little harder. So let's change the rein again. Change the scenery. So right when you turn to the new direction, you gas it a little bit. You flex him into the new direction. You gas it again. You flex him again. You tell him looking to the inside, not looking to the outside. And ask him now to chew the bit. And then your inside leg, as you turn onto the next